So I'm going to make a quick video on some of the functions that the MorphyOS has when you're not connected to an Arduino. So from your command prompt, you would go into your Morphy directory, and then if you look at your file system, this is the way I have my file system laid out. So it's in the C drive and then the Morphy folder, and then you should have all these files in there. If you change the way they're laid out, it doesn't work. But anyway, the file that you want is that main.py. So what you do is you type in Python and then main.py, and that will run the program in the Python environment. Now it's going to load the VOSC, and then it'll bring the system up. And from here, you can use your VU meter and your astrogate. So say you want to have a word that triggers a specific file. So we'll go ahead and say our word is file, and we'll get rid of the variable there because we're not using it. We're gonna, instead of running a tx to a serial command, we're gonna set a file. So we're gonna open this up, and on here I have some R2D2 sounds, so we'll pick that sound. Now when we turn on our microphone, it can hear our voice. If we say file, it runs that file. Every time you say that word, it's going to run that. So you could also open, I think you can open a folder. I'm not 100% sure. Or I think you have to run specific files on that one. So if you set it, whatever you set it to, file, now it's going to run whatever you have it set to. Another example would be if you go to the astrogate. So this one runs on a 24-hour clock. So if you want to run a file, instead of sending a TX, we would go, hold on, I'm having trouble holding it. You would go to file. I should have picked a different word there. Let's say word. There we go. All right. So you go to file, and then you're going to select what file you want to run. So we'll run another different sentence, and then it's 5:25 in the afternoon right now, so we'll say 26, and then we'll change that to 17. Now when it ends up at 5:26 p.m., it's going to run that file that I pointed to. So I don't know how long we are. I don't have seconds taken down, but you could open a file or an app or whatever. So once that's ticked on, if your program is running and you've saved it in your presets or whatever, every time your program's running and that's ticked on at 17:26, it's going to play that file unless you turn it off. To delete it, you just hit the little X and it goes back to 0 and you're good to go. But those two modules, the VU meter and the astrogate, you can use without an Arduino. So you can get some automation and stuff without the Arduino. You might be able to do something in here, I don't know. I'll have to look at that I'll see what can be done there. But it's the same idea. If you go to like a mood match or something and then set a folder or file. Looks like you can set sequences too. So anyway, I'll look at that one. But without an Arduino, you can run the VU meter and the Astrogate, and you can play audio files or open programs.